at BeckerJewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin' Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin' Sports. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio. We're a little late. A few issues that, away from the playing field. I think all is fine right now. Hey, here's what's coming up on it's the New Year's Eve edition. Tonight, quite a bit on the basketball front. We'll talk with McHenry coach Chris Foster. Later on, it's Nashville Hornets coach Wayne Hari. And, of course, we have the athletes of the week. We have to play catch-up there, too. But first, the scores and stuff. Brought to you by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, right here in Carlisle, the hometown source for residential and commercial work. And on the Express Lube guest line, up north we travel for Carlisle Union Banner sports writer Matt Wilson. Matt, welcome back. Thanks for sticking it out with us.
No problem. Happy New Year. Glad to be here.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you. And, well, our time is a little more limited than we thought, but number one, the Mater Dei tournament. Your thoughts on that? Pretty good event, and Briarcrest was just too tough. We got Wayne Hari coming up later, but that's a real solid club.
That Briarcrest was really solid. Yeah, I mean they went to state last year in Tennessee, and they're strong, athletic, and they're fun to watch. Yeah,
they are fun to watch. Briarcrest wins it for a second straight year. They nipped Highland by one, as I recall, a year ago. And they win it again from our area, and we'll get with Wayne on a couple of others, especially from his club, of course, as far as the all tournament team goes. But Drew Dant made it for MD, and he had quite a string of games, didn't he?
He did. This was kind of his coming out show a little bit.
Right.
I mean, he was maybe kind of flying under the radar a little bit throughout the year, but this was kind of his. He picked a good time to kind of really step up with the scoring and doing some other really good things for that team this past week.
Yep, some boards and all. I think he was held scoreless in game one, but after that he had two or three real nice games. Big, strong kid underneath, so that's going to help MD's shores as we go along in this season. Central had a couple on that all-tourney squad. Simon Thomas, or just one actually. Simon Thomas, who's been really steady all campaign.
Yeah, I mean, Simon's one of those steady guys that you know what you're going to get out of him every game, and he once again really kind of rose to the occasion and had a good tournament. I mean, he was the one who was right there in double figures about every game and was kind of the leader of the show out there for Central. Did a good job kind of manning the point guard spot a little bit and did some really good things for them.
The Duster Thomas tournament down at Pinckneyville is always very, very good, and they had a 16-laden event this time. I know Weston lost their last game. Were they around the 500 mark in that baby?
They were,
Matt?
I believe they finished up 1-2 or 1-3. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But Salem.
But once again, that's
about
a
the
very
Cats?
good tournament. Salem's the team that really kind of did some good things down there.
They grabbed third, didn't they?
They did, and they beat Sissonny Park, who's ranked number one in the state. They picked up another good win to start it off. So I mean, they went. I think they finished up like 3-1. So they had a really good tournament down there, really good showing.
Belleville West won over at Centralia. In girls action, you were over at Mascoutah quite a bit as well, and Central did all right. They took fourth, Mater Dei a step behind at fifth.
Yeah, I mean, Central and Mater Dei both had good showings. Mater Dei went 3-1. Central went 2-2. It kind of left a bad taste in Central's mouth. You don't want to lose the last two games of the tournament, but that's kind of the way they finished it up. I mean, they started strong, and then they lost to a good old Fallon team that ended up winning it, and then they lost to a good athletic East St. Louis team. So you don't never want to end the tournament with two losses, but kind of the way it shook out for them. And Mater Dei really had a good showing there.
Sure did.
Really good game against Belva-Lisa for the fifth place game.
And they only lost by 3 to O'Fallon, too, the eventual champ.
Yeah.
And congrats
and they
to
were
Mia.
playing.
Yeah.
They played those games without their starting point guard. So that's good showing for them.
Congrats to Central's Mia Weems. She's on that all-tournament encounter along with MD's Kara Winkler and Shannon Lampy. And also to Coach Dave Conan of the MD Lady Knights. He wrestled his 600th career win.
600th career win. That's really something special for him. Great milestone for him. I know there's a lot of pressure off of him now. There was a lot of pressure on. He knew it was coming close, and there's a bunch of family there, so I know he's kind of relieved to kind of get that out of the way and kind of now focus on the rest of the season.
Now they can just go play ball. And Macy Peltis and Cameron Piron, they dashed the all-tournament team at Lebanon. I don't believe any of our schools had a lot of actual, total success, but still they competed hard over there, and that was great to see.
Yeah, I mean, Crystal Rock finished 6th place, which was right where they finished last year. Picked up 2 wins, had 2 losses. That 5th place game they played against a pretty good Pius Southwestern team that really – and I mean, Crystal Rock just didn't shoot the ball well in that game, lost by about 11 points there, and that was kind of a downer for them because they really felt like they could get in there and get that 5th place trophy. Carlisle had a good their first win there against Chester. Then they lost those next couple games, and then they played Pius Southwestern really well and lost to them by 4 points after they lost to them by about 17 points earlier in the season.
Yeah.
So that was they had a good defensive effort there against Pius to finish it off. So they kind of left that one on a high note.
The Lady Indians are very capable. They're clicking on all cylinders there. So congrats to all the teams and all the tournament hosts and great fan bases around. It was a overall good week of basketball at the various sites. Yeah,
it was a fun week. I mean, Mater Dei had packed crowds about every night. It was a fun atmosphere there all week.
Mascoutah should have done all right?
Yeah, and the Mascoutah did well also. I mean, just depending on what the matchups were and everything.
Yeah, that's such a vast place anyway.
The game there between Highland and O'Fallon was pretty well attended. I mean, those last couple games were had pretty good attendance.
Matt Wilson is with us from the Union banner for a while here on Scores and Stuff, which is courtesy of Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Carlisle. Hey, the college football playoff championship is set. I know you're mostly over there. I was mostly at MD, but anyway, it's Alabama and Clemson. Again, another rematch.
Yeah, and, I don't think that's really a bad thing. I mean,
could be a good game.
That's kind of the game everybody wanted to see, so they're going to see it. And people might complain that the same teams are playing in it over and over again.
Hey, beat them. Somebody beat them.
They're the 2 best teams, and somebody's got to beat them, yeah.
That's right. The Crimson Tide, they pretty much toyed with Oklahoma. It was 28-zip, and they took a little snooze. They won it 45-34.
Crimson Tide didn't play that well. They got a lot of things to fix up, but I think that they kind of I think you're right. They kind of toyed with them a little bit. They'll be ready to go. And
the Tigers just pummeled Notre Dame, which was near and dear to my heart. 30-3. How'd the Irish score 3 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep getting in trouble. That's okay. Hey, everybody's got their favorite teams. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
It's the way it works. And right now, it's a crazy one. I know these games in the whole scheme of things, still you go there and you want to win it. And if it's your team, you want them to win and so forth. Mizzou and Oklahoma State, they're locked in a wild one down at Memphis, down in Elvis's hometown there. It's 38-33 OK State. In about 5.5 minutes left in the game. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. I mean, Mizzou's just one of those teams where if their offense is clicking, they could put up a lot of points. And they just showed that defensively they've still got some issues to fix, but offensively they're pretty on point right now.
Oklahoma State just 6-6. Although I do recall a game where they were knocked off by Oklahoma, I believe 48-47 or 47-46.
Yeah.
In the regular season finale. The NFL playoffs are set. Now all the coaches are fired. 2 went yesterday.
Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah.
Tampa Bay's and the Jersey Jets coach, Cutter and Bowles, respectively. And today, 4 coaches have been canned, including the Bengals' Marvin Lewis, who was there 16 seasons somehow. He should have went years ago. He did nothing there in Cincy.
Yeah, I mean, that's one that, you kind of saw coming. I mean, Cincy is a team that's really got to get things turned around. They're a football town, and they're a team they can really do some good things. But they've just got to get some things turned around here pretty quickly.
It's pretty depressing up at Champaign-Urbana for basketball. They were unloaded by Florida Atlantic the other day in overtime, and the Illini are 4-9.
Yeah.
It's dreadful right now. The Blues are playing right now. They dropped the puck early. They were whipped Saturday at home 6-1. They've been actually winning some games as of late. But
they have been winning some games, but
they get beat at home. They get tattooed.
Yeah, that's not a good showing for them. So they got to get some wins at home and get those home crowds, to get those home fans excited. And I think there's a lot of time for that team to turn some things around. And I still think they're going to be a postseason contender. You got to think they're going to be right there in the mix come the end of the year.
Finally, Matt, it is 6:23, and you are going to tell us right now where Bryce Harper will be playing baseball next year.
Bryce Harper next year. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I mean,
I'm going Dodgers. I've been on the Dodgers.
I would have said the Cubs, but I think the Cubs are kind of out of the race now for them.
Longer this goes, they may be maneuvering.
The longer it goes, I think the Cardinals have got a shot at him.
It's
the longer this goes,
right? And
I think the Cardinals are they've got the money for them, so I think that they're still in contention. And like you said, I mean, I think the Dodgers are an option. There's still some teams out there that really have a chance in him, and he could really help them out. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up.
Guess what, Matt? Only Scott Boras knows. He's going to tell Harper where to go.
And I don't think he'll be back in Washington. So
I don't either. I doubt that too.
Yeah.
So, Matt, sorry about the little abbreviation, but it's all okay. Thanks for your synopsis of these high school basketball tournaments. It was a good time. I know you were busier than heck, so you did a great job. Congrats on that, and we'll see you around the block again soon.
All right. Well, have a happy New Year, and thanks for you guys. You guys were all around the block last week too. So I think we combined, we did a lot of good things and put a lot of good basketball on the air.
Very good. Thank you, Matt. We'll see you.
All right. Thank you.
That was Matt Wilson of the Carlisle Union Banner. He was brought to you on Scores and Stuff by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Carlisle, the hometown source for residential and commercial work. If you, we'll put it this way, if you know somebody who clued us in early and they heard nothing, we're on the air. So text them, call them, whatever. Tell them to get back up near that transistor because we have basketball coaches Chris Foster and Wayne Horry en route. Stay tuned. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate. Nordike Funeral Home's mission is to help you plan for a difficult funeral by celebrating the life of a loved one. The grieving process from losing someone you love will be tough, but Nordike Funeral Home will be there to assist you. Find helpful information at NordikeFuneralHome.com, from grief support, planning a funeral, obituary information, and sending flowers. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations in Carlisle, New Baden, Aveston, Albers, and Breeze.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
Hello again, everybody. Ripping the Bird Watson Health Mart studio on the front end of the week. It's a Monday. Thanks to Ben Koopman, our board op, who got us rolling up and rolling tonight. All right, we've heard from Matt. Let's take that Express Loop guest line another time. This time we reach out for McHenry Bearcats basketball coach Chris Foster. Chris, welcome back.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me, Rip.
and you log on after a game at Drake. You keep playing those Division I foes, don't you?
Yeah, it's a good experience for our guys to play on that stage. It's good for our program, help pay some bills, and real thankful to all those programs that have given us that opportunity this year. Been really good experience for us.
Yeah, you're in Des Moines Saturday, and you're a lid lifter to the season. It was at Evanston to play Northwestern's Wildcats. You also had Indiana State University in there. So and again, yeah, it's on their home floor too, so that makes it doubly tough. But it is great experience, and it should help you down the line with your regular season games.
Yeah, especially this Drake game, we had the dead period, so our guys were off for 6 or 7 days, and it was kind of good to get back out on the floor with an exhibition game that doesn't count towards your record, to kind of shake some of that rust off, and gives you one more chance to get out there before we get into conference play this Saturday.
Incidentally, when I was over at Mater Dei, the tournament over there, was that game on television? ESPN3 or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was.
They have so many channels, Chris. It had to be on somewhere, didn't it? But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think a couple of our games have made it on there. The ESPN3.
That's what I understand.
Which is again, just kind of adds to the experience for our players to get to do something that they normally wouldn't get to do at this level. To be able to go and play in front of good crowds and to be on TV and some of that stuff. Great experience for them and their families as well.
It's also super for McKendree. A lot of people, a lot of eyeballs, but hey, McKendree, where's that? Piques that interest.
Absolutely, it has, and I think our guys have represented well. Obviously,
sure.
We haven't won any of those games, but I think our guys have played hard and showcased kind of the brand of basketball that we're trying to play, and so really, really proud of that as well.
Right before you went, 10 days ahead, you played Eureka College and you summoned a victory over them, so that was good. You routed them pretty easily at home.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of a tale of two halves. It was a 2-point game at half, and
wow.
We had really struggled a little bit, and then played really well in the second half. I think it was 51-19 or 16, maybe in that second half. And that's something that we're really focusing on. We just have to continue to work on being more consistent with, attention to detail in our effort and all those things. So. We just got to continue to keep learning from those situations. But it was a fun second half, no question.
Yeah, definitely. And a short trek ahead of that, you were up at Quincy for the Subway Holiday Classic, and you met two teams you normally don't get a chance to see.
Yeah, Grand Valley's got a really good team. That was one of the games where we come on, we didn't play well. I thought our guys played hard, but kind of attention to detail and some of that stuff wasn't there. And we rebounded the next day and played Lincoln. I thought we played one of our best games of the year in that game, and unfortunately, didn't get the win to show for it. But was really proud of how the guys fought in that game. We thought we really executed some things on both ends of the floor. And that was another one, kind of tale of two halves. I think both teams were in the 40s in the first half, and in the second half it was like 22-24 or something. So a really low-scoring game. But we continue every game. We learn a little bit more about ourselves and what we need to get better at, and the guys are doing a great job of addressing that stuff. And really looking forward to getting into conference play.
Lincoln clipped you by 4. Grand Valley State, if I'm not off on that, I believe they're a football power. I know I've heard I believe through
they
Coach
are,
Mike.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So 5-6 overall, is that right, Chris?
Yep.
Then even 1-1 in the Great Lakes and all that. That league play, that's ahead. You restart play. Action in the conference actually this Saturday. You go to Springfield, and then you have a really nice stretch at Statham Center following that.
Yeah. We go to Springfield. We got them from Maryville at home, and then correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Drury and S&T after that.
UMSL, Drury, and then S&T. Yeah, you have UMSL in there too.
Yeah. I try not to look too far ahead.
Yeah,
but,
I get it.
But yeah, we're really excited. I think we've talked about it some. we really challenged ourselves in the non-conference, and we'd certainly like to have a record better than what it is, but I think it's really served a purpose for us, and I think we're battle tested in a lot of ways, and we've really been challenged and learned a lot about ourselves, and so it's nice to have kind of this full week for practice heading into that, so we can kind of address some of the areas that we need to get better at. Really lucky to have 4 out of our first 5 here coming back at home.
The conference race will end up being a tight one, I am sure. And later on, I don't know if you even want, but how do you approach that? And the game is going to be in Kirksville, but you'll face your former team at Truman State, not too long down that highway either.
Yeah, it'll be tough. It will. I'm obviously close with all those guys there and have a lot of great friends and people that I worked with at Truman. So it'll be different, but at the end of the day, it's all competition, and our goal is to win every game, and we got a tough, like you mentioned, it's a really, really tough league, and we got to just kind of take it one game at a time and one day at a time, and then when that one pops up, it'll be a little bit different, and we'll go play, and then we'll move on to the next one.
Well, once it's tipped off, I think things have changed a little bit, and then you'll have to treat it just like any other game. So, hey, I know, and Nate Michaels is not from here, but his dad, Tom, his whole story. As far as I'm concerned, we have 3 locals on that team, and Nate and Nolan Gerling and also Logan Corman, and, man, they are all fitting the bill, aren't they? They're playing very well.
Yeah, they have. I've been really happy with all those guys, Nate's leadership, and once those guys have kind of gotten more comfortable with what we're asking them to do, particularly Nolan, I think the last month or so he's been really good, kind of learning his way in our motion offense, and Corman's shooting the ball better than he did the first 3 or 4 games, which is good to see. But those guys are all doing a great job.
And, of course, hey, everybody does. We all love it when the locals, the area kids are on the various college teams and so forth. And among others, I know you have Nashville's Bryce Bultman, who's coming in next season. And, hey, you picked off a good one there, Chris.
Yeah, we're really excited about Bryce. I got over to Mater Dei once, and was able to watch him play. And then we were on the road, so I watched the other games on the live stream. But what a great player, great kid, and Nashville's got an unbelievable program there, and we're really excited about Bryce. Just his size and feel for the game, and the competitive edge that he kind of plays with, I think, is something that will have an impact for us right away. So really excited for the start that he's had, and looking forward to seeing how they finish out the year.
We've got his coach, Coach Hari, coming up in a little while, and the rest of you recruiting in pretty good shape, Chris?
Yeah, it's we're out and about as much as we can this time of year, kind of all over the place, and really excited about what we got going on in that regard. We just kind of got to play it out throughout the year and see where we end up. But I know Coach Jackson and Coach Suggs, our assistants, are working really hard, and as well as myself, and that's the name of the game. We gotta hit the ground running with that stuff and get some guys in here.
Yeah, definitely give yourself some credit, Chris, for sure. Okay, but that's good. And for real, you're back on the hardwood this Saturday at Springfield, and then a lot of opportunities for the area fans to come see you play at Lebanon shortly after that.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. Appreciate you covering our program. It means a lot to us.
Have a happy New Year. All right? Thanks for coming on.
Rip.
All right.
All right, thanks.
We'll talk later. That's Chris Foster from the McHenry Basketball Bearcats. Coach Wayne Hari is up ahead a bit, and the athletes of the week when we return.
The Breeze American Legion on Main Street in Breeze opens at 10 tomorrow morning to kick off a brand new year, featuring Bloody Marys, food, music starting at 11, plus drink specials, $2 domestic beer, and the Queen of Hearts drawing. Spend day 1 of 2019 at the Breeze American Legion, 575 North Main Street in Breeze.
If you're in need of a quality meat processing plant, there's just one place to turn: Trenton Processing. For nearly 50 years, this family-owned and operated business has served Clinton County and beyond. For good reason, too. Trenton Processing offers the very best in retail and wholesale products, custom butchering, deer processing, and plenty more, including specialty pet items. Trenton Processing at 120 West Broadway in Trenton, the home of Sugar Creek Smoked Meats.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
You've heard me say it before, when your trucks are your life, you need to be turning to be earned. I am Perry Stanfa from Central Illinois Truck Service in Greenville. If your commercial tractor and trailer is down, we can get you back on the road faster and for less money than you thought possible. If it has wheels and an engine, we can fix it, including farm equipment. We are also building semi-trucks if you are ready for an upgrade. Call us today at 664-2646 or stop by Central Illinois Truck Service in Greenville.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everybody. Rip in the Birdwatch and Health Mart studio for a Monday. Not just any Monday, it's New Year's Eve. Wow, that used to be a big deal to me, to us. Hey, off we go for the athletes of the week.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're the best.
The Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Body by Boyd in Carlisle. Your complete gym and physical fitness center is Body by Boyd. And by Little Augie's Pizza in Breeze, the choice for pizza, pasta, and more. Call 526-7040.
And we have a pair for you tonight. Number one is Modern Day Knights forward Drew Dant, the 6'3 senior. He did have a terrific stretch of games at the Modern Day Christmas tournament, just in general, two or three double-digit scoring games, a lot of rebounds and so forth. He made the all-tournament team, so Drew Dant is one of our winners. And we go back 2 weeks for Central Cougars hoopster. This is Mia Weems, she's a sophomore. Wow. She rifled in 42 points in the two victories that week against Gillespie and Freeburg, and she just to add to that, she made the all-tournament team at Mascoutah too. So our two athletes of the week, as we play catch-up, are Drew Dant and Mia Weems. And each of those two fine young athletes will receive a $10 gift certificate to Little Augie's Pizza in Breeze. Stand by. We've got Coach Wayne Hurry coming up pretty soon. McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Diane Chevrolet in Trenton is your exclusive SCA performance dealer. SCA is world-renowned for building the best lifted trucks you'll find anywhere. The 2018 Black Widow Silverado is on the lot and ready to go. This truck is as unique as you and comes equipped with Black Widow lighting, 6-inch lift kit, 20-inch black wheels, and more. See Dwayne, Nikki, or Dave for all the details. Or visit DianeChevrolet.com. This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, HSHS St. Joseph Hospital, Breeze, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, Southern OBGYN Associates, Med Plus Physical Medicine, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman, Central Illinois Truck Service, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and by the Carlisle and Breeze Hardys. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station.
Welcome to our music warehouse.
Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs.
Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
Hey, Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio on New Year's Eve. The time is 6:44. That time drop comes your way, courtesy of Zirin Funeral Home in Carlisle. Oh, no. Sad news out of Memphis. Sad Missouri lost. Missouri lost to Oklahoma State 38-35. Huh. So suddenly that game didn't mean anything. When you win those games, those meaningless games, it counts a lot. But when you lose, it's just a bowl game. It's just another one of a whole bunch of bowl games that nobody watches. Missouri lost. Isaac Rental Property reminds you to, well, sit back and enjoy and relax and all that, because we are headed for the stretch drive with Wayne Harry. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkins has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkins, because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
Want easy online banking and bill paying with an ATM and debit card that allows you to set personal spending limits? Then Tempo Bank's the place for you. Tempo Bank makes it easy for today's consumers to spend more time with your families and less time balancing your accounts and paying bills. Tempo Bank has 2 locations to better serve you. Call 526-7256 in Breeze or 224-9228 in Trenton. They'll be glad to help you. Tempo Bank is your answer to easy, hassle-free banking.
When's the last time you had your eyes checked? Schedule an eye exam today at Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center. I'm Dr. Claire Thorpe-Klinsky, and if it's been more than a year, you might need a new prescription. If you use a computer regularly or are suffering from allergies, those both can be causes of eye strain or fatigue. Schedule a complete eye health exam today to find out if your eyes are healthy. We may be able to detect glaucoma and other eye diseases early. At Breeze Family Vision and Lebanon Optometric Center, we examine more than just your vision.
You've heard me say it before, when your trucks are your life, you need to be turning to be earned. I am Perry Stanfa from Central Illinois Truck Service in Greenville. If your commercial tractor and trailer is down, we can get you back on the road faster and for less money than you thought possible. If it has wheels and an engine, we can fix it, including farm equipment. We are also building semi-trucks if you are ready for an upgrade. Call us today at 664-2646 or stop by Central Illinois Truck Service in Greenville.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches.
Except nothing embarrasses us.
Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, sports fans. Rip returns to the Bird Watson Health Mart studio on this Monday night. Wednesday, incidentally, we've got our people all lined up from the McHenry women's basketball team, Coach Kerry Kirkhoff, and football's Brad Coons, one of Carlisle's favorite natives. He'll be with us to talk about the college game, maybe a little bit on the pro game, too. He'll probably toss in some stuff on his Plano Reapers. He's done a super job up there. But now we hit that express loop turnstile for Nashville Hornets basketball coach Wayne Harry. Wayne, welcome back and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, Rip. Yeah, great talking to you.
You're about to celebrate again. Not that it takes a new year, but
exactly. It seems like it doesn't seem like it goes faster every year. It doesn't seem like as we get older, it goes faster every year.
Oh, yes, it should. I should be 42 years old. I don't know what's happened. I really don't, but that's the dilemma I'm in, among others. So, well, let's talk some basketball. You are with us just 2 days after a successful rushed through the Mater Dei Christmas tournament. You didn't cop the prize, but man, you were certainly in the chase, in the hunt.
Well, yeah, we were. I mean, we played okay. You know, we're always looking to try to play a little better all the time, and you know, the competition is always second to none over there. You know, playing those 5 games in 4 days and trying to get ready for all the tough competition that you need to play. And I thought we did all right. You know, our pool was very tough. We had some tough games. You know, even the first game, you know, we were playing Metro East Lutheran out of the gate. We're down 9-1, and you know,
that's
we're
a team you played
a
couple of weeks earlier.
Right, and fortunate enough to come back and win that game, and you know, and go on in the pool. But you know, it felt like every game was pretty tough. You know, the only game that we felt like, you know, that we could kind of play a little bit looser was the Red Bay game, but we shot it awful well that game. You know, that doesn't happen all the time, and we shot it awful well against them, so we had a little breathing room that game. But other than that, every game was very tight, and the championship game was, you know, you got to give them Briarcrest a lot of credit. They got a lot of talent, they got a lot of athletic ability, and they can do a lot of different things. And you know, hopefully we'll learn from it. I thought we were a little bit, you know, I don't know if intimidated is the right word, but just a little bit passive coming out of the gate. And hopefully we'll learn from that, and hopefully we'll get better at it. But at the same time, you know, second place ain't bad.
No.
And in that tournament, winning 4 games over there is always a tough deal for anybody, and we'll take that.
Briarcrest Christian, the Saints won the championship mark against you, 47-28. They're up by 17. What do you tell, and you have a good outfit, but what do you tell your squad at the half when you're down by, well, high double digits, actually?
Well, we're trying to win. Trying to win every quarter there. You know, it's a tough deal, just because they're so talented, and you're trying to stay in front of them. And, you know, I don't know if you could ever press them. We don't have the personnel to even try to press them. And, you know, you're just trying to slow them down a little bit, maybe give your team a chance to get it within 12, maybe 10, maybe by the fourth quarter, and maybe they'll miss a few shots where you make a few and make a few. You know, I think the only chance you'd have a chance of that, maybe you're shooting maybe 75 or 80% from the field, because you probably only get one shot against them. That's the issue you got with them.
Yeah. Kennedy Chandler, you talk about exciting and talented, and he's hard to slow down, Wayne.
But yeah, you saw him play. I mean, my opinion was he's, you know, talking to other people and seeing some seeing a few Division I teams play and coaches. I think he's a Division I point guard. I mean, I kept referring to him as a game. The game is slow to him at that level.
Wow.
It's you know, you could just see him playing out there. It's like he's kind of heads above people. You know, he sees things that's going to happen before they happen, and you know, his body control. You know, a couple times we were in there to take charges on him, but you know, he's not going to charge because he's got great body control. He'll just jump above you, or he'll just, you know, and in the air he'll move his body. You know, it's a special athlete they've got there, and it's just not him. That's the problem. Is, you know, and I don't think this is what people don't realize. Yeah, they'll run and jump you in the half court and things like that, and they'll do it anytime they're long. But even in a half court situation, where if it's like you're trying to run offense, it's a division. It's almost close to a high Division II, Division I defense because they're getting through picks. They're all on top of you. They're helping, and by the time you swing the ball around, they're back on you. So and we're hoping that we learn something from that. Yeah, and I told him, I said, maybe, you know, our defense. I mean, you know, our defense is okay, but that's what I like to have our defense play. You know, hey, they can help, but they're busting their tails to get back on the person they're guarding. So again, it's a learning experience, and hopefully we'll learn from that.
Yeah, your defense doesn't lack much, if anything. That's for sure. Yeah, but Chandler, yeah, he's got he's got great vision. He's got anticipation. He just good, and he was an all-tournament selection, of course. And you had two. Let's go to that real positive. You had two make that all-tournament squad too, and Bryce Boltman and Carson Parker. So kudos to you. I know Highland had a couple of players on there, as Mascuda did. So that says a lot for your program and the second-place finish.
Yeah, I thought both of them played pretty well in the tournament. It's they were they kind of they've always been there for us, and hopefully they'll get better as the season goes on. I know Bryce was against that kind of defense that they were playing. Bryce was a person that he could kind of he's with his length, he could kind of get in there and do something. Carson against Briarcrest, he was learning. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning experience for him. Early in the tournament, he could do his thing, but I think that'll make him a better player. And but they had a good tournament for us. They're our leaders, and they do a lot for us, and we expect them to do that, and they know that too. So again, a good tournament for both of them.
We just had Bryce's next coach on, and Coach Foster from McKendree. He's I knew he was, of course. That's why he recruited him. But he's quite pleased to have Bryce heading over to Lebanon among his other recruits. So that's great.
Yeah, I mean he's got good length. I know he's gonna have to work on his quickness and his strength, and they know that. But one thing you can't teach is how tall you are.
That's
and
right.
and he's very he's very he's intelligent, and he understands the game a little bit. So that gives him great vision out there, and that really helps that he can see over people.
Well, he's related to me, so that's where the intelligence factor plays in.
That's exactly right.
Still there, Wayne?
I knew that come from somewhere. I knew that exactly right.
Yeah, you can pretty much pick that out.
Yeah, that intelligence comes from Rip. I didn't know that.
Didn't think I'd have to bring that out, but to bring that up. But so anyway, yeah, Metro East Lutheran, Mascuda, Redbud, and the Knights were your victims. Mascuda, I thought they had a very nice showing, and you did beat them by 10, but they played very well.
Yeah, I thought they've improved a lot. I was talking to some people after the game, and I thought they are under control. They're getting disciplined, and they're going to be a tough out come postseason in 3A. I think they're guarding really well, and you get them on the perimeter. And we had trouble late in the game. I mean, we had trouble staying in front of them. They're quick off the ball, and they're looking to drive and kick it, and playing a little bit more with a lot of confidence. It was a great showing for them. Coach Love's got them playing better, and them two bigs coming off the bench, he's subbing them back and forth, and again, a good showing for them. We were fortunate to win that game. That was our second game of the day.
Yep.
And it was a tough game for us. It was those second games are, as I think all the coaches know, that's a tough one, and because you're trying to win, you want to make sure you win that first one, so you don't, you're sub, you want to try to sub a little bit, but at the same time you want to make sure you can win that first one, because you don't want to lose two of that first
right,
day. So
yeah.
I mean, it's possible. So that's always a tough line.
You're coaching more than one game at a time.
Yeah, I mean that's where you're at, and
you have to play ahead.
But if you have a chance to win that first one, you sure want to win that first one, because there's no guarantees you can win that second one.
You got it. I think you caught Mater Dei at a good time. They were in a bit of a slump, and then coming off that early morning overtime loss to Metro East Lutheran. But hey, what Briarcrest? They just flat trashed Highland. The Bulldogs got a really sound team.
Yeah, I was talking. Well, just to be honest with you, I was talking to.
Honesty is what we want, Wayne.
Yeah, and then I was talking to. I happened to be talking to Darren Lee before we were going to play Briarcrest that night.
Oh, okay.
I told Darren that Briarcrest beat Highland by 40, and he couldn't hardly believe that. And I said, well, I said they are a very talented team. After the game, after our championship game, I was walking off the floor and I was talking to Coach Perks from Highland, and he said, and he's a Mater Dei veteran. He's seen a lot of tournaments and things like that. He said of all the years, he said talent-wise, how much one team was so much better than the other team, just talent-wise, and I think you got to put Briarcrest, and that's what he was saying. Briarcrest was just a little bit up notch above everybody, and again, they just kind of manhandle some people, and what are you going to do? Sometimes, you're limited on what you can do. I know. I was talking to their coach afterwards. I don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to come back, or they've got a lot of options because they don't really have a senior on the team, and they've got a lot of options of what they want to do. They've got a lot of options. People want them to come play. So, again, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll be back. Maybe they won't. I'm at Mater Dei. I'm not sure.
Anyway, at Mater Dei, good talent, good crowd. A lot of dunks, incidentally. Huh? I don't know. I don't think I've seen as many stuffs as I did over at Mater Dei before this past week.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, yeah, I just say that. Again, you sit, you talk to people, and
with ease.
Yes, and I mean, for a, would you say it's a, it's not a 4A tournament. It's not, it's not a Centray. It's not a Collinsville tournament. It's it's a 2.5. Exactly, that's right. And there was a lot of dunks in there, and a lot of people playing above the rim, and it's a whole different caliber kind of athlete there. And, but again, it was more dunks than I've seen in a long time. I mean, that's what kind of athlete that they had there.
3-0 in conference play, is that right, Wayne? You're back at it against Pinckneyville. I didn't think they were supposed to be that good. They haven't lost in league play either.
No, and they've only lost 2, and it's Pinckneyville, and Coach Wagner's got them going, and you think about it, they're missing an injured player in football. The kitchen kid. He's not playing yet, but I don't know if he'll be back by the end of the year or not. But I think he will be. I watched him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched him a little bit this week. I got over there the day before we played Briarcrest, and they were very solid. They got out of the gate kind of slow, but he's got them playing, and they're going to be a tough out playing there, and they're going to be fired up, and it's a Pinckneyville game. It's a Pinckneyville team, and they've got a lot of pride over there.
Right.
And, we're definitely going to have our hands full. They expect to win, and we're going to have to play really well to win over there.
Another shootout game the day after, and the NIT is coming up fast. 2 quick things to close, and we got to roll and let you have some fun too. But Hercules, yeah, he's not a 6'4" giant, is he? We discussed that. But man, he is a good ball player.
Yeah, he's helped us out, Rip. I'll be honest with you.
Tristan.
He's given us Tristan Hercules is about, I don't think he's quite 6 foot, but he's given us a little bit of quickness. He can get a loose ball where we didn't have that last year, those 50-50 balls that you can get. So that has helped us a little bit, and he jumps really well. He's probably our 3rd leading rebounder.
Is that right?
He can get in there. He's getting a lot of rebounds.
Got a nose for the ball.
He's got a defensive rebound, and you know how it is when you watch. Sometimes the ball kind of goes to certain people, and the ball kind of goes to him sometimes. So, it's just one of those things that happen, and so he's giving us a little spark. He's done a good job for us, and we're happy to have him back. He was injured last year, so he didn't get to play a whole lot. He tore his ACL, so he came back. He was only about half speed last year, maybe 75% at the end. So he did a good rehab and came back and gave us a big lift. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, good for him. He was fun to watch. And last on my list here, how much do you charge Bo Mauer for those post-game interviews? Endless post-game interviews. It's game after game after game. You got to get some green out of him, right? Tell me you do.
Well, I don't know if he does or not. I didn't get to play for that Oilers softball team, so I don't know. I don't know if I get anything back pay for that or not. I was too young to play for that Oilers softball team.
You were too young. That was a dynasty, let me tell you.
So I got to play for the Travs with you.
Clark's Oilers. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, Travers. Yeah. So, but sometimes I'll send assistants up so they
after
get
a loss, which is rare.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but. I'll send them up because they're a big part of our program. All four of them, and they do a lot of work. They do so much work for me. I really appreciate what they do. Our program wouldn't be there for them, so that's why I send those guys up. So again, I mean, we do appreciate all the coverage we get from Bo. You know how that is. It's a good situation over here.
It is, and you know what? We don't pay you either, so okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's
but
expected too.
That's all right. But we enjoy talking. That you know how that is. You know how that is over here.
All right, Wayne. Thanks, and tell the missus hello. Have a great start to the new year. I'm sure we'll wrap at a later time. Good luck this weekend. Thanks for coming on. All that, etc.
Hey, Rip, the same here to you. You know that. Always great talking to you. You guys have a great Happy New Year here tonight. So
all right. Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
All right.
You bet.
That's Wayne Hoyer. Thanks to him and also to Chris Foster and Matt Wilson and to Big Ben Koopman for getting us up and running tonight. We'll see you Wednesday with Kerry Kirkhoff and Brad Coons and more. This is Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports was powered by Anne-Marie Tabin at First Bank in Breeze. Contact Anne-Marie for your mortgage product needs. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. Trenton Processing. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast